welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying out some of the Shein makeup that they have on their website. I've seen a couple of videos where creators did the same thing, but I was honestly so curious on how their makeup is made and if it is good quality, because I've seen pretty good makeup artists using their makeup, and their makeup is actually called SHEGLAM, which I think is so cute. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and you guys are subscribed to my channel. Also make sure your bell notification is on so you get notified every time I post a video. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so first off, I've already done my base and my eyebrows just to get it out of the way, because I didn't buy any of the products for my base on their website, and honestly I really wanted to try like a concealer or a foundation or something like that, but they really had no range of shades, and I know for sure that I would need the palest, and the palest looked tan, so I just went ahead and got a couple of other different things to try out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what I bought on their website. So I actually have not opened any of these packages, so I have no idea what the palettes look like other than what I saw on their website. So off camera, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the packaging off, and then I will show you guys one by one what I bought on their website. Alrighty, so the first product I wanted to make sure that I bought, because I really wanted to see what kind of quality it is one of their eyeshadow palettes. So just from opening this, I can already tell you the packaging is super high quality. It almost feels like a luxury brand, and the packaging is super soft and matte. So it did come with this little protector, and it's actually glued on there, which is pretty awesome, just to make sure nothing gets contaminated. So here is the palette, and I'll swatch it when we get to the eye portion of this video. I just forgot, but I actually got another eyeshadow palette because I've been really wanting a more neutral everyday palette that I can just grab, and it's smaller. And just like the other palette, it has a screen on it. So here's this palette. It honestly looks so high quality. I'm really surprised for the price, and of course, down in the description below, I'm gonna link the prices and everything, so you guys can go check it out if you end up seeing something that you like. So when I was shopping on their website, I was originally going to get a blush, but I just ended up getting this highlighter. So here is the highlighter. I can already tell it has more pinky tones, which I actually love so much, but I will swatch that later when we get to the highlighting portion. Then we have the mascara, and it's called the Chill Out Volume Up mascara, and the packaging is super nice, or excuse me, the component is super nice. And here is the brush. I actually really like the way that it's more like a fluffy, bigger brush, and it just smells like mascara. It doesn't smell like chemicals or anything too bad. I know their clothes tend to smell like chemicals because I bought clothes from them a lot in the past, but so far their makeup is pretty high quality. Then I got one of their eyeliners, and it almost feels like metal or something. It's super like bulky and heavy, but I will swatch this again. It has a really good fine point also, and it is a felt tip instead of being a brush tip, which I'm not opposed to either one. I've been currently using a brush tip, and I love it and I kind of hate it at the same time, because it's kind of harder for me to create a perfect wing sometimes. Then we have the lipstick, and the component, again, it feels like a luxury brand. It almost feels better than the, don't burn me in the comments, but the Jeffree Star component. It's more professional feeling. It kind of reminds me of my mom's lipstick, and I think she uses like Revlon or something. But here is the shade, and look how cool the little applicator is. It's like a cool little shape, but it doesn't really smell like anything, and also it's magnetic, which I really love. So far so good. And last but not least, I got some lashes from the Shein website. When I was buying them, I didn't realize how big they would be, but they might be a little too big for my eyes. I'm not too sure yet. I have been trying to dabble in wearing bigger lashes because I know that's what is in right now, and I want to try out everything that is in. Alright guys, so like I said earlier, I was originally going to get a blush, so I didn't end up doing my blush, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do that off camera. Alrighty guys, now that I'm all blushed out, I think it's time that we hop into some of the eyeshadow palettes and do a look. So I think the palette that I'm gonna end up using today in the video is this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some swatches and show you guys how they kind of look on my hand. So here is one. You can kind of see it. These are super soft to the touch. They're not packed too hard in the component, but there is that one. You can kind of see it. It looks more of like a sheer wet vibe, I guess. Ooh, they are super buttery though. I'm kind of surprised. I expected them to be more on the chalky side. Some of these shades remind me of the Bloodlust palette by Jeffree Star, but there is that one. That one is super pretty. Then we have the mauve color. I am super fair, so these are gonna definitely give you a good idea on how they kind of perform on fair skin. The mauve color had to be built up, but it is super pretty. Then we have Gold Link. Yellows tend to be a little more chalky. It's kind of a common thing for them. I'm not too surprised that this one is more on the chalky side, but if you build it up, it's not too bad at all. Then we have this green shade that's super pretty. Then we have Flamingo, which I feel like they could have named it different because it's a purple shade, but once it's built up, it's not too bad. You can kind of see it. I'll give you guys a good close-up after I'm done. Then we have Peach, which is a lighter mauve color, more of like a pastel color. And of course, keep in mind that I don't have foundation or any type of base on my hand, so these are gonna perform probably a lot different on my face. And then we have the last shade called Tarot. This color is super pretty. It's more of the color that I usually lean towards when I'm doing or working with purples. So there is the shade selection. And now that I have my arm waxed, I just realized this is going to be like the perfect canvas to do the other palette. So first off, we have this nude shade, which you're probably not going to see very much on my arm. Yeah, it's not really picking up. This palette doesn't have any shade names, so I'm just going to be just showing you guys. Here is that shade. Here's a more shimmery shade of that. That one's pretty. Then we have this one. Again, this palette is super duper creamy, which I really love. I don't know if creamy is the word I should use for it, but they're super like buttery, I guess. That copper shade is really pretty. Then we have this one. There are more shimmery shades in this little palette than there are matte shades, which I kind of wish they were more matte, but I don't think on the website you can even tell like if they're gonna be shimmery or not. So here's that shade. Here is the start of our darker shades, and I'm gonna start on this side. We have that shade. Got two more to go. That one, which is a matte shade, and I'm really liking it. And then we got the last shade, which is a dark shade. This one's a tad bit drier, but nothing too crazy. You still gotta build it up a little more because it is a darker shade. Here are all those shades. I really kind of love the way they look though. These three are super pretty. And then here are those other shades from the other palette that we're gonna be using. Alright guys, and now that I swatched the shades, I think it's time we dive right into the palette. I think I'm gonna go in with this more mauve shade, the darkest shade in the palette. And I'm gonna try to use as many shades as possible in this look, but I'm just gonna pop that right here. The shade is super pretty, and you really don't need too much to build it up, which I'm really loving. Now I'm gonna go in with this purpley shade called Tarot, and I'm just gonna be blending this out. Now I'm going in with Flamingo, and I'm just gonna blend that right out with a buffing brush. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but I lost a bit of my pigment, so I'm gonna just go back in with the first two shades. Now I really want to incorporate the yellow into this look, so I'm just gonna go in with that, and I'm gonna put it on my brow bone maybe. So on camera, I don't think it's picking up, but I'm gonna have to build this up a little bit just like I did in my swatch. So I just wanted that hint of yellow so I could pop in that more shimmery shade. I will show you guys which one I'm gonna use. So I want to use this one because it has a yellow tint to it with pink undertones, I believe. So that is the shimmery shade. I really love it. It's very kind of low-key but super sparkly when it catches the light. It reminds me of a Wet Jewel in the Bloodlust palette for sure. You know what? I'm gonna add some more because I just love this formula so much. And you can still see the yellow underneath, which I really love because sometimes when you put a more shimmery shade on top of another shade, the one on the bottom kind of mellows out where you can't see it as much. So I decided I'm just gonna add that mauve shade more on my lid because I don't think I'm gonna do a cut crease today. At least I haven't decided yet. I feel like I do a lot of cut creases and sometimes I just want to mix it up a little bit. So now that we have that really cute mauve shade all over the lid, I'm gonna go over that with this really pretty play color. I'm gonna show you guys here in a sec, but I just want to add more of a shimmery on my lid, I guess. So I'm gonna go in with this shade called Play. And again, this shade is super buttery. I love their formula so far. I will say on their website, I noticed that they had the same components as Jeffree Star and there were even stars on the components. And I think it was supposed to resemble the Jeffree Star nude lipstick kit. I think there were 2 or 3 shades on the website that looked like Jeffree Stars, but I'm gonna pop that on the screen. I think that's a little suspicious, like they're trying to rip off Jeffree, but I'm kind of curious to see how maybe they made the formula. I might end up buying it, I'm not too sure yet, because I know my friend Ryan, he has that lipstick kit by Jeffree. So again, with this shade, you can definitely see what shade I used underneath, which I really love, which is the mauve shade, and they blend in super well. And I really am enjoying the way that you can build up the shades, the shimmery shades anyway. So it kind of gave me a hint of that shimmery awesome glitter moment and I love that. So now I want to go in with this shade called Lace. It's more of a highlight shade, I guess. It's like white. I think it has pink undertones. It does. It has pink undertones. Alright guys, so off camera I'm just going to do this eye really quick and then I will be back so we can try out the liner and mascara and everything else that I had bought. Alrighty guys, so I'm back with the other eye finished and I couldn't get this one as deep as this one. I'm not sure why. I think my right eye is just having a day where it doesn't want to cooperate. Now it's time to try out the liner. I believe that's what's next. Yes, so the liner, let's go ahead and try that out. So like I said before, the liner component is super heavy duty. I don't know if you can even hear it. It's super like, I don't know what kind of material it's made of. It's cool like metal sort of, but I think it's plastic. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little swatch test. So she got the color payoff for sure. So there it is. Oh, still wet. I think it dries pretty matte with a tiny bit of shine, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and create our little wing. So with a felt tip, I usually do my eyeliner just pressing it down like this instead of flicking it, because flicking it literally gives me anxiety, and I usually end up having a giant like a wing that I didn't sign up for. So this liner is literally so good. I don't know how well it is at like keeping it from smudging. Let me do a little smudge test on this one. I think, wait, it's not smudging at all. It's just bringing the yellow on top of it. Guys, this liner is so good. What is this sorcery? Guys, I literally paid $3.50 for this eyeliner. Like, what the heck? And the component is so much like nicer. I don't know how much juice is in it, but it has a lot of pigment, I guess, when I did it. I guess I'll keep you guys updated in my next couple of videos if I end up using it, because I probably am gonna end up using it a lot since it is so good. So I'm editing the video and I just wanted to put a little update into the video and tell you guys that the eyeliner that I put on my hand as a swatch did not come off until 2 or 3 days later after I filmed. So I finally had to take some makeup remover and actually like scrub it off because it would not budge. So that kind of tells you how good and how waterproof and smudge proof it is. Like, it did not want to come off. Anyway, I really suggest this liner. And then for the mascara, let's get into it. This mascara is so good. Alright, so I added some more mascara on my bottom lashes just so I could match the intensity on the top. But I do really kind of love these lashes. Like, they're a little bit pokey on the sides, but they need to be broken in. I know that sounds weird, but I think lashes definitely have to be broken in. I probably could have done a better job applying them, but I'm honestly so sloppy when I put my lashes on because they always end up being taken off anyway and reapplied. But yeah, you guys let me know down below if you like them. I'll get a close-up of them on my phone camera so you guys can see like more of what they look like, I guess. So I think it's time that we move on to the lips, and I just can't get over this freaking component. I love it so much. Like, it's so satisfying. Like, can you hear that? It just sounds so good and it's such good quality. Girl, what? Do you see how creamy that application was? Well, like, what? I know I don't use like lipsticks kind of like this. This is more of like a, I don't know, a different, it's not a liquid lipstick, which I usually use, or a liquid lip gloss. I don't know who is in charge of the Shein makeup, but girl or boy, you are killing it. The component is beautiful, the payoff is beautiful, and by the way, this is the shade Dry Rose. And now to move on to the last product that I bought. I swear I bought more products. I think I even contemplated buying a lip gloss, but I think I'm gonna end up buying a lot more from them and maybe doing more reviews of their makeup. But last but not least, we have the highlighter. And I can tell you already, it is so buttery. It's almost like the same formula as the eyeshadow. Honestly, it probably is the same formula, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that on with my finger. You can definitely tell this is more of a low-key highlighter, a more natural instead of a blinding one, which it is still pretty blinding. It's more of like you would put it on top of your blush just to add a little highlight. So now that we have all the makeup on, I'm just gonna do a little bit of setting spray off camera, and I'm also going to do my bangs because I think my forehead has been out enough. It's time to put her back in her place. But I'm gonna go off camera and do that. Guys, I cannot get over this highlight. I'm gonna take a video with my phone camera and show you guys what it looks like in the sunlight because it's actually so beautiful. But I am so in love with this makeup. Like, it performed so well. I'm actually so pleasantly surprised because I was even talking to my friend Ryan, which I've mentioned quite a few times on this channel, but me and him were debating. We were like, is this brand gonna be any good? I know their clothes are kind of iffy sometimes, and I've even heard rumors about them like sourcing in China and having kids work in their factories, but I want to do a little more research into that. But I fully expected their makeup to come in the mail smelling like chemicals because I know their clothes do sometimes, and even maybe them being broken, because if they were made in China then that would take a while to get over here. But these products are not to be played with. I love them so much, and they honestly kind of beat some of their competitors that are more luxury brand. Like Jeffree Star, sometimes his stuff flops because his shades are more kind of dusty and dry, but I've got to say every every single shade in this palette was extremely creamy and easy to work with, and they blended out so well. And I'm pretty sure if you got a palette that was more pigmented, which I can do another video on like they're more pigmented, well not pigmented, but darker shades that are maybe more vibrant, because we went with more of a neutral look today. But if you guys are interested in a video going over more of their products, comment that down below and let me know what kind of products you want me to try out. But I'm definitely gonna order some more lipsticks because I love this one, and I'm sure as they get more business in their makeup area, they're probably gonna add more and more makeup. They're kind of scarce right now on their makeup, but I hope they get more because I'm gonna buy them up. But for my final review, I know I've already kind of went over everything. I really love these products and I'm so surprised and so happy with the way that they performed, and I do suggest you guys go check them out. I would love to know if you guys want me to make another Shein video. I can also do a clothing haul because I'm constantly buying clothes from their website, and I've also bought a bunch of swimming suits. I think I got 4 of them from them so far this summer, and if you guys would like to know their quality, just let me know down below. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday and you're staying happy and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!